All right, in this video, we are going to look how to solve and graph inequalities. And the first part of this you've probably seen before. Solving inequalities is just like solving equations. And then you've probably seen before where we write the graphs like on a number line, where we draw like a circle, open or close, and then arrows. You've likely done that before. But we're going to talk about something different called interval notation. And interval notation is a way to write solutions that you're going to see a lot when you get to like algebra 2 and beyond. It's a way to indicate an inequality. Okay, so we'll do this first example and we'll just do the part you're probably familiar with. So I'm going to solve this inequality. So I need to get x by itself. So first I have to distribute. So that would give me 4x plus 12 is greater than negative 24. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So now I have 4x is greater than negative 36. Divide by 4. And I get x is greater than negative 9. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here on my number line. It's not already marked for me. So I'm going to add some numbers. I'm going to put negative 9 somewhere in the middle. Larger than negative 9 would be negative 8, negative 7, negative 6. And then smaller than negative 9 would be negative 10, negative 11, and negative 12. Okay, x is greater than negative 9. So greater than but not equal to is an open circle. And the numbers that are greater than negative 9 are in this direction. Okay, so that is probably familiar to you, something you have seen before. Now we're going to write that answer in interval notation. Okay, and so what that means is we're going to write all of the numbers that would satisfy this inequality. X is greater than or negative 9. So we're going to all of the numbers that are greater than negative 9. Okay, so with interval notation, we always start with the smallest number. So the smallest number possible is negative 9. Okay, and then we put a comma, and then what's the largest number possible? Well, we just drew an arrow. An arrow means it goes forever. So in math, what we use for forever is infinity, and the infinity symbol looks like a sideways 8. Right? Then for interval notation, we have to either use parentheses or a bracket. Okay, parentheses means that number is not included, and it corresponds with the open circle on our graph. And then bracket means the number is included, so that would be like a closed circle. Okay, so we have an open circle, so that means this side needs a parenthesis. And then whenever we have infinity, we're always going to use parentheses. All right, because technically we can never get to infinity, so we always use parentheses. Anytime you're writing infinity symbol, it's parentheses. Okay, so let's do another example. I'm going to skip to number 3. I'm going to have you guys come back and do 2 in a second, but I'll do number 3. So let's distribute this negative 2 first. So I have 7x minus 2x plus 8 is less than or equal to negative 2. I'm going to combine my like terms right here. So 7 minus 2 is 5x plus 8 is less than or equal to negative 2. Subtract 8 from both sides. So now I have 5x is less than or equal to negative 10. I'm going to write that up here as well because I ran out of room. If I divide by 5, now I have x is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, so again, I'm going to put negative 2 in the middle. Bigger than negative 2 would be negative 1, 0, 1. Smaller than negative 2 would be negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Okay. Less than or equal to negative 2. Less than or equal to means a filled in circle, right? And then the numbers that are less than negative 2 go that direction. Okay, so for my interval notation, we're always going to start on the smaller number, which is the left side. So I have an arrow here. It means it's going forever, but it's going forever in negative numbers. So it's going to start at negative infinity. And then what's the largest answer I can have? Negative 2, right? Infinities get parentheses. Closed circle gets a bracket. All right, so now what I want you to do, I want you to do number 4 on your own. So I want you to pause the video, do the question on your own, and then come back and you'll see the answer and see if you did it correctly. All right, so pause now. All right, let's see how you did. Okay, did you remember? I wanted to see if you would remember without me telling you. Did you remember the trick, the one thing about solving inequalities that's different than solving equations? Right here, we divided by -9. So that means I had to flip my inequality sign. It went from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. All right, not sure if you remembered that rule. So my solution is x is greater than or equal to 4. So that means I have a closed circle at 4 with the arrow going to the right. All right, in interval notation, it goes from 4 to positive infinity. I put a bracket on 4 because it's a closed circle and a parenthesis for my infinity. All right, so that's it for the notes portion. What I would like for you to do is try number 2 on your own, and then we'll talk about it when you come to class and have lots more chances for you to practice.